Ilang ito siya.
We're live.
So while we are live, let's not waste time. I didn't have any practice tonight.
It's okay.
Ek sal like om net so 'n bietjie weer 'n feeling te kry vir hierdie ding.
Ja, maar jy het 'n baie lekker feeling gehad maandag aan, so moenie worry nie.
Weet jy hoe ver is maandag aan terug van nou af? Gisterand kon ek nie eens die 45's breek. Ja. Weet jy hoe disappointing was dit?
Oh, Charlotte, nou, voordat jy allemaal opgekom het, is op 159.
Ja.
Daai bullshit stories van jou klip en sak glad nie, nie hoor.
Ek sal my handjie op 'n Bybel neersit, jy kan vir Shaal vra. Ek weet nie of hy in die room is nie.
Ja, nee, ek is baie stil.
Jacques het hierdie settings gecheck. Is daar nie reën daar kan nie?
Op die dag het is moontlik nie.
Dit sal lekker wees. Kijk, ek het nie vanaand 'n punt om te bewys nie, so ek kom met 'n baie rustiger gemoed racing toe. Ek is bereid om agter te ry.
Alright, gentlemen, I am back. The lobby 2 is officially sorting itself out, so we can get started on this side. Welcome to round number 6 of the BMW E30 M3, the last race of the series, and the second last race, official championship race for the year. Thank you very much for your support here at Sarko, and we definitely have some exciting stuff happening in the new year. Guys, it is the last race. I do understand that we are fighting for the championships, but please just understand that we want to still enjoy ourselves. Let's keep the racing close, let's keep it fair, and let's keep it exciting. So guys, if you are ready, just get your thumbs up. And to Colin, Vince and Jacques, if you do disconnect, please just do come back in, because I do need to set a broadcaster, or else we are not able to get Savvy to talk over the live stream. I will put the live stream up on the Discord now, so if there are people at home waiting and watching, you are able to share it with them. So as a chase comes in, there he is. Just want to confirm that he is still set. And there he is. Let's go.
Right, gentlemen, enjoy. Good luck, have fun.
Yeah. Thanks, you too.
Let's go racing.
Yeah, enjoy guys.
That's strange, I'm also clashing with him.
Yeah, I don't know.
As soon as we're in the room, I'll turn him off.
But let's see first then.
Dirk,
Ja,
vang jy vis die naweek?
nee, babbelas.
Oh, okay.
Doopie,
Yes.
vang jy vis die naweek?
So, if you are joining us on the live stream, welcome on board to Sarko's event this evening. This is the 6th round, and it is the decider for the championship here at Sarko Racing. And we just want to welcome you to the live stream, and also just thank you for all the support that we've had on our live streams over this particular series. Yes, it is the BMW 1991 series that we're running at the moment, and we are in Belgium of all places. That's right, Belgium is the place to be this evening, and I tell you what, it's going to be an absolute ripper. This is a very famous track. It held 10 Formula Ones and more than 50 24-hour races. So there's a lot of history around this track. That is the Zolder track in Belgium, where we are today. So we will see in the next couple of minutes the guys getting onto the track and obviously showing her worth this evening. So if you are joining us, very welcome to all of you. And I'm sure that it's going to be a great one for us to see. Let's go on track now, and we're out with Quicksilver at the moment. He is currently in #1 spot. However, I'm sure things are going to be livening up as we go along this evening. Nice to see Quicksilver with us this evening. We have Rudy, we have Marius as well. We have Flubber with us. We have Turbo Shawl. We have Jakes as well as Dupe. We have Ross, Bruno, and N. I'll have to go and see who that is. As well as Mole, Vince. I think we have as well as Dylan. So 13 drivers this evening fighting it out for the championship. We are going to definitely have an eventful evening this evening with all of this jam-pack driver lineup this evening, and I'm sure it's going to be a whole lot of fun that we've been looking forward to the whole of this week. Oh, a bit of drifting there, I see, from Vidaba. Nice from him. Where is this gentleman at the moment? This is the current leader of this series. And he's in car number 38 this evening, so we're going to be watching out for Turbo Shawl, and we'll be keeping our eye on a couple of guys this evening. This is another gentleman who we'll be keeping our eye on, because he, in car number 45, is in second position in this overall event. So we will be going through a little bit of drifting, I see, this evening. So lots of excitement we're looking out for this evening as we take it along. Oh, it is Nico, of course. My apologies, Nico. I saw NN on the screen and I didn't identify you immediately. So I hope you forgive me. So as I said, we're in Belgium this week. And I'm sure it's going to be an exciting one. As you can see, Bruno coming through the last corner, which is a 90-degree through start and finish. And then they have quite an exciting turn #1, which sort of goes to the left. And then from the left, as you can see, a bit of drifting across there. And then coming into a extremely long right-hand. A bit awkward, but you have to keep in pretty tight, especially there, and then flat out down the back into a straight position, and then into a small chicane, which they call Klein chicane in Belgium. Obviously, they speak Finnish, and we're pretty close on that. So you can see Bruno, he's put on a time there of 1:45, but it seems as though Vidaba, who's this gentleman here, has set up the fastest time during this practice session. So yeah, it all looks good, and we'll be watching out this evening to see how it's going. Also, I've tried to just increase the frames per second on our broadcast. I did have a number of requests from people saying, please, could we possibly do that? Because they felt that the pictures were a little bit blurry. So hopefully we've sorted all of that out this evening, and you're able to get a nice clear picture of the stream. So we'll be appreciative if you put up your comments and let us know how the quality of the stream is, and I'm sure we've satisfied a number of you this evening to ensure that the stream is as crystal clear as possible. So as I said, at the moment we are on board with the gentleman who is currently leading this practice session. So it's going to be absolutely marvelous this evening. I'm just having a look what we can do to make it a little bit better. So there we go. Let me just check on a couple of settings for us this evening while we're watching V-Dubber going around, SR V-Dubber. And you can see Doopy's just slightly behind him as well. And he's put up a lovely time this evening of, oh, there we go. Oh, almost some damage to that car. But it seems as though he sort of got it back quite quickly. And as I mentioned, a couple of things. This is the track, unfortunately, the Canadian driver, Jacques Villeneuve, actually passed away here in the 80s. An unfortunate accident that actually saw the car travel through the air. I think it was about 120 miles an hour, and he was flung for another 50 odd meters strapped into his seat still at the time. And that particular Formula One series, and I think the last Formula One series on this track was in 1983. And a little bit of history here. Track's been around for more than 50 years, so yeah, there is definitely a lot of history. And the main thing about this particular track, it's sort of 2 hours from Paris, so it's pretty European. Ooh, nice little bit of lift there and there we go, Turbo Charles just whacked in a 143.290, and then Jakes comes in with a 143.697. So those tires are warming up nicely. You can see obviously still a bit of drifting there, and yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting this evening, I must say. I think all things told, and as I mentioned, this is definitely going to be a great one, because this is, as mentioned, the last race of this particular series. So it's round number 6, and I'm sure a lot of individuals are going to be looking to try and get some places up on the log and finish a little bit higher than they currently are positioned. I think there's going to be a bit of defending, to be honest, with Turbo Charles defending his championship, so that's going to be pretty interesting to see what's going to be happening this evening with his drive, but I'm sure it's going to be all good. And as you heard the race director say, listen guys, keep it clean. Obviously a lot of pressure on, and I'm sure they're all going to be pretty pumped up for this evening's race, as we've heard the race director say, guys, we need to keep it clean, and we'll be watching as we take place. Ooh, another one there. I know we're on that small chicane at the moment. So has there been any difference? So the car to watch out for this evening is this young man. Hopefully he doesn't mind me calling him young. And there's 93 seconds left in this session. So as you can see, it's Turbo Charles leading the pack this evening, followed by Jakes.
Lekker doobie.
Bruno down in 6th position this evening at a 145.004. So, and looking, there is, looks like it is Rudy. Oh, car totally wasted in the middle of the track there. So I don't know what actually happened there, but lots of gentlemen. Oh, there's a disconnect, I see. There's 2 people disconnected, so hopefully they can get back in time. And you can see Jakes is slightly behind at this point in time, so we're just hoping those guys can get back into this event, being the last one for the series. So we'll be pretty eager to see, obviously, that we definitely have.
I think Jacques and Doopy het load shedding.
Line up for
Oh shit.
Dis hoekom hulle altyd weggesel het tyd.
Ek byt op my tande vir Charlotte, hy's ook gescheduled.
Ja, dit sal vir my 'n wagen wees. Sorry, Charles.
Hey, scrum. Hey, scrum.
So as we can see, Turbo Charles, then Jakes, then V-Dubber, and then Quicksilver in fourth position. Bruno number 5.
Sorry,
we have Ross, and then Vince, and then Nico.
Oh, that's bad news, man.
And yep, it's all in this now. We're watching
Okay, gentlemen,
as we
5-minute
take place.
qualifying.
It's definitely overcast on the Zonda track this evening. You can see all the guys coming out there quite quickly, and I'm sure they're going to be trying to warm up those cars, get them nice and warm, those tires a little bit. You can see they're starting right in the pit lane at the moment. Obviously, this is the qualification round, so this is where they want to be. They want to qualify as high up as possible. I think let's take you across and see the current championship leader at the moment is this gentleman here, which is Turbo Charles. So we'll just put ourselves with him. Hopefully he can take us around the track this evening, and yep, let's see what he can do this evening. So let's go on board with the Turbo Charles this evening. I'm going to let him take us through the track. As I mentioned, this is definitely an interesting track for all of us this evening. This is the Klein chicane, as I mentioned. And as we go down, this was the actual area, unfortunately, where Jacques Villeneuve didn't see a slower driver as he came around this corner. And in those days, the walling and the fencing were a lot nearer. There wasn't so much runoff. And this little chicane we're going through here was actually added in about 2002. So this all used to be quite a long bend as we were coming through here. As we're coming down now, this was turn 7 into turn 8. Here is turn number 8. Whoop, a little bit of a loss there. Oh, a bit of damage on that car. Unfortunately, Turbo Charles suffering that damage. So there was the chicane there. This was going into turn number 9, which we're coming up. I don't know if he's going out or staying out at the moment, depending on the damage. And this is turn number 10. So 10 turns in this track, and then right through to start and finish. So thanks Turbo Charles for taking us around the track. Unfortunately, a bit of a ding-dang there from one of the other drivers. But I'm sure it's going to be now up to you to set up a time. 2.15 seconds left. Ooh, bit of lagging from the individual sitting in front of him, which looks like it is V-Dubber. So hopefully he remains with us. And you can see a bit of shifting there. But once again through Klein chicane, up the hill into a right-hander. This is probably flat out. And then coming just here down into first gear into this chicane area here. Second gear to power you through. And then keeping it tight, going a little bit wide just on the curb there. Coming back now, you got to hold it in because you're going to gear all the way down to first gear again. And then bring it around nice and tightly. Just try and keep that steady as possible. And then push it on through to corner number 9. And then also quite tight on the apex. Clipping the apex through there. And then straight through, start and finish again. So you can see where is Turbo Charles. Nice to see Bruno there finishing on top, but I've just taken you for a 1:44.240, and that was with Turbo Charles. So nice drive from Turbo Charles this evening. So there has been a bit of bashings going on. We're on with Jakes at the moment. You can see the front of his car has also been a bit, he's had a bit of cosmetic surgery this evening. Thanks to another driver or two. So great to see them racing at the moment, even though, but as we know, they should be all well and fixed up for the main event, which we'll be having in a couple of minutes. So stay tuned with us here on the Sarko Racing. So that is the South African Racing Community Online, and we'll keep you up to date with exactly what's happening here this evening with this BMW Series Racing. It is the E30s, the 1991 version of the BMW. At that time, I think they had around about 200 plus horsepower, and they were absolute monsters of the day. So, yeah, we're about to get underway at the moment. Turbo Charles, V-Dubber, he ends up in position number 2, followed by Jakes, then Bruno. And then we have Vince, we have Ross, Quicksilver, Dylan, Marius, and Rudy. And that is the main setting. Yes, the lights are on, and they definitely will start early morning at the moment, going into the day. So yes, they're almost ready to go. 10 laps this evening is what it is, and let's have a look who is going to dominate this evening. As you can see, they're all lined up. We're just ready and waiting for the sync.
Right, gentlemen, enjoy. Mic's off.
So the sync has happened. They're all ready to go. There's the sync, and they will be off in a couple of seconds. And they are off at the moment. You can see Turbo Charles looking there. Jakes looking for an opportunity to get past him at the moment through the first corner. Jakes seems to make that breakaway, followed by Turbo Charles. Bruno close up into third position at the moment with Flubber just behind Bruno at the moment. Then we have Vincent, Marius, all going like the wind. It looks as though Bruno has come back into second position at the moment, and Turbo Charles has dropped back into third position. It looks as though he has lost it slightly there. He's dropping back into seventh position. Jakes is now taken that primary spot as number 1 driver at the moment on the track. So you can see a little bit of over tracking on the track there, but it seems as though Jakes, Bruno, then Vincent coming through as well in third spot. We have just to watch this particular section. Yeah, there is no contact there, but obviously Vincent goes a little bit wide, which obviously gives the opportunity through to it looks like V-Dubber has come through. So great stuff. I can't say that quickly, but anyway, that was fantastic driving there. And then Marius pushed up into fourth position now. So yes, it is all go at the moment. So we'll have to see. Drop back down into seventh position is our current leader in this championship, who is Turbo Charles. He's got a long way to fight back. Here we have from Green Mamba Racing, it is Dylan at the moment. So he's in sixth position, and I'm sure he's going to be looking for any opportunity to get past Vincent at the moment. So he'll be hoping that Vincent's going to make some mistakes at the moment so he can get through. But nice work from the top 4 at the moment. That's Marius. And then obviously V-Dubber, he's actually come into third position from his starting position there, where he was in third, but he lost and went back a little bit there. Nice to see Bruno now in second position. It seems as though Jake is pulling away slightly, so we do need to focus on this particular. So he took from the starting position, he got out in front, and he's now remaining out in front. So as he comes up the hill, coming down the hill at the moment, obviously there's he's coming up on that Klein chicane here, and you can see obviously looking, as you know, obviously in second there, looking flat out in this way. It's going to go to the left, and then he is going to then drop down into probably first gear into turn number 8, and then into, yep, that is turn number 8 there, and then into turn number 9. A little bit distracted there, but into turn 9 and then into turn 10. So we have already done 2 laps of this race, and you can see at the moment it is Jakes leading this race. I can see now Turbo Charles is coming up now. He's moved up a position on Dylan, but now he has got, it looks as though he's got Vincent in front of him. So let's see where he goes through the start and finish, and obviously whether he's going to come back in a big way at the moment. He did lose it on the second corner of this race, or probably the third corner of this race, should I say, and which has dropped him right down to where he was in position number 9, I think he was at that stage. So he hasn't got much time left, to be honest. He's got sort of 7 laps to get out in front and reclaim that position as top driver this evening. But we'll be keeping an eye on this man, because he is doing exceptionally well at the moment. That is Jakes, who's leading this race, followed by Bruno at the moment. So we'll see where he ends up for this evening's events as well. He's second on the log and pushing very, very strong. So just to give you overall points position, if we go to the points on the driver standing here, Charles is leading this with 225 points. Bruno is at 172, so 172 points. And then Jakes from Ninja Racing. So it's, yep, it is Jakes from Ninja Racing Team, and he's got 137 points this evening. And then Dirk, also he's in the Tosco 1, and they have 125 points. So those 4 this evening are in this race, and definitely not going to be holding back on anything to try and win this championship. And I tell you what, the points difference is very minimal at the moment, especially when it comes to this last race. So we are definitely looking forward to the results of this evening. Remember, it is 1 and 2 races, so there is an opportunity obviously to come back in a big way this evening to take the overall championship. It's going to be the deciding one for this evening. So who is going to be ending up on top? Is Turbo Charles going to stay the number 1 driver, or is it going to be Bruno or even Jakes at the moment? It is all up to these last 2 races to see who will be crowned the champion of the BMW E30 M3 Group A class this evening. So we'll be watching with great anticipation of who's going to be taking the overall title. It is lap number 4 at the moment, and you can see the times dropping down quite dramatically now. They're doing 144s, 206s is Jakes at the moment, followed by Bruno. Bruno's actually driving slightly quicker at 144.010s. That's the sort of times they are putting through at the moment. So we'll be very interested to see if Turbo Charles has or is going to be coming up that list at the moment. As you can see, Abe, we have definitely Marius, who is really keeping that 4th position as his own at the moment. And then we have this gentleman, Vidaba. He's not going to be holding back in any which way this evening. I'm sure he's going to be keeping himself as wide and as big as possible to make sure nobody's going to go round him this evening and maintain that third position. So, as we can see at the moment, Dylan down into 7th, as well as Ross in position number 8, followed by Nico at the moment in position number 5. Quicksilver, he is in position number 10, and then Rudy, he is in 11th position overall. So, guys, I have a lot of people looking and watching this evening, rooting for you guys this evening. So let's keep it as clean as possible. We have done half this race already. 5 laps done and completed. Nice to see what's going on at the moment. Nice to see that the gap between the 4 runners here is not that great. And you can see already Turbo Charles looking to come around and back in order to come through. So let's go on board with Bruno this evening and see how far he is away from Jakes, who's just in front of him. And I tell you what, it's 100th of seconds that he is in front. So I'm sure he's going to be looking for any opportunity in lap number 6 at the moment to see whether he's going to come through. So interesting for us this evening. It is pretty dark outside, almost a night race. You can see him holding in tightly, seeing if he can catch Jakes in any which way he can at the moment. Very exciting racing. As you can see, Jakes keeping that car on the road and doing exceptionally well this evening. So let's see here where the position is. He's keeping it tight, coming through. Bruno looking where he can. Where's V-Dubber? V-Dubber's slightly behind at the moment. There is some distance behind, but here's where it's going to get nice and tight between this lot. So let's see if he goes past in any which way he can. He's definitely putting the pressure on. Is Jakes going to make a mistake, or is he going to keep true to the line and also make himself as wide as possible? You can see slightly if he accelerates. Yes, he does. He keeps himself in front, but lovely driving from both of these drivers at the moment to hold position number 1 and position number 2. Here we go, turn number 9 through to turn number 10. And then holding it together. Excellent driving from these guys. I tell you what, is it going to happen in this particular? He's looking for any opportunity just to keep it nice and tight. You can see how smooth this driving is for this race this evening. And I tell you what, if we go on, here's trackside for us. And I'm hoping the camera can keep up, because at this moment, these guys, yes, he's going to go through. Does he go through? Oh, it was so close for Bruno to try and get through. He was trying to take him in Klein Chicane at the moment, but couldn't come through there. Down the hill here. Down into first. Can he come through? Nicely done by Jakes, keeping that distance between him and Bruno this evening. Holding the line. Nicely done by Jakes at the moment, keeping it as clean as possible. It looks as though, just to give you an update there, it looks like Vincent has come through, and he's gone into 3rd position now. Dylan up to 5th. Looks as though Turbo Charles has come up a position as well. 9 seconds the difference. This is tight racing between these two guys now. And I think I don't want to move away from this action with 2 laps to go. I mean, this is now or never for Bruno to see if he can get as close as possible to Jake's to see if he can take it. And I think what we should do, to be fair and aware, is actually go on board right now into the cockpit of driver number 2, and that's Bruno. Let's see if he can come through and make a difference on Jake's now, because Jake's is holding that lead exceptionally well. I think Jake's likes this track, and that's why he's doing it. You can see he's keeping it a little bit wide. The reason is he wants to tuck in here and keep it, and then comes through nicely. Is he keeping that, maintaining that distance? Yes, here we go. Bruno now pushing as much as he can to get by. Does he go on the inside? He tucks. No, he doesn't. He's not close enough to tuck on the inside there, but he does keep it into first, second now, third, fourth. Here we go. Turn number 9. Is he going to come through now? He looks to go. But no, he doesn't get it. So here in turn 10, through start and finish, we are now talking lap number 9 as he crosses now. And as I mentioned, I don't want to move away from this, because this could be the area where Jake's looking to push it a little bit. Yes, he's just pushed it over a little bit there. And this has obviously given Bruno an opportunity now, because he's caught up extremely well here. Bit of shuddering and bouncing off this BMW, but he's holding himself true and firm here. Does he come down the inside? Yes, he does. He's going to get into the slipstream. Can he go through now? I think a little bit short there. Jake's holding it. He's going wide at the moment. Bruno looking to follow him in the slipstream, but unfortunately now that distance has crept forward a little bit for him. Does he come round? It looks as though it's pretty tight. Can he get even closer? No, he's lost it. He's lost that time now. It's going to be more difficult for him. Bruno looking for that opportunity, I think pushing, but here comes now, maybe this time. He's looking to come round. At the moment, Jake's doing exceptionally well, holding himself true to his position in the number 1 spot. There seems to be a slight time penalty. Is this going to affect the overall race? It depends now on Bruno. Is he going to be able to keep as close to Jake's as possible in case there is that time infringement where he'll take number 1 position? Here we go. He's going to keep it tight here. There through on to the outer limits, looking to come round. Holding it. Now it's flat out. This corner never seems to end at this point in time, but he does come through. Here's that flat out. You'll see that hopping a little bit of that front and side tire. Now is it final coming up to Klein Chicane. Is he going to be able to take it? Depending on his drive now, it is pretty close. Unfortunately, he gets a warning from the race director there. And here, is he going to be able to come through and cut through? It's going to be tight. A little bit of a hop and a skip there. But it seems as though Jake's has maintained that position. And if he can just hold it together now, with no mistakes, it looks as though Bruno looking to try and get in on the inside here. Is he going to be able to have the power to get through? He's pushing now. I think that Jake's is fully aware of Bruno's positioning. He's darting left, coming right. Here he comes. Here's the left turn. Is he going to go into the inside of him? Is he going to take it? It's going to be very close now. You can see it's all happening at the moment. Oh, it's so close. Does he? Oh, just by a nose. Just by a nose. Bruno takes, though, the position, and I think it was due to penalties, but you could see how close that was, ladies and gentlemen. What a race that was. Fantastic drive. Let's quickly see if we can go down the list quickly to see where Turbo Shaw, I mean, he's come back in a big way. He's come up to 4th position at the moment. Nicely done. You can see, obviously, Quicksilver coming through. Then Marius, nice job from him, followed by, obviously, Ross. Then Dylan in 8th position at the moment. Oh, he rolled that one.
Flipping race through, man.
There we go, lovely race. And as you can see, here's Nico coming through as well as Ruby. He finishes up in number 11. So fantastic race that was by these guys. You can see, unfortunately, Jakes gets that 2-second penalty. And yeah, it was just what a race that was, guys. It was absolutely fantastic to see the driving there taking place. So great drive from them at the moment. And I tell you what, it is all happening here this evening. They're going to go into the race number 2 now. And obviously you can see what will be happening. So Bruno, then Jakes, then Vincent, then Turbo Shaw, who had an unfortunate start in that race. Then Quicksilver, down to Marius. And then from Marius we go to Ross in 7th position. Dylan in 8th. Then I don't know what happened to VW there. He obviously had something go wrong, terribly wrong, which pushed him down, right down into 10th position. So we will be keeping you updated at the moment. We are going into the next race. So we'll keep it together, and then obviously we'll go from there.
To the chicane, I was gonna brake, and then next thing you hit me, and I went straight onto the grass.
Did I hit you? Sorry, man. I didn't mean to, obviously. Sorry, I must have pulled over too soon.
And Charles, thanks very much for that battle, but I could only defend for so long.
Yeah, I had lots of damage as well.
Yeah, I saw that you were struggling a bit there when I was behind you. You couldn't, there was something wrong with the rear of your car or something.
Yes, I had a lekker start. Wow.
Yeah, I had a very interesting start. I had to cut down the inside, a little tap from behind.
It was me, yo. I just wanted to see if you're awake.
Thanks, yo.
Yes, Bruno, I am sweating.
Me too,
yes,
man.
You had me on my toes the whole bloody days. The biggest gap I could we had there was 1.5 seconds, and then you kept it there for 0.4, 0.5 the whole time. Yep.
Great race, man.
Yeah,
I saw it took you 4 laps to get that chicane right.
I still don't get it right. That's where you got hold of me the whole time.
Okay, guys, thumbs up. Last race of the BMW.
Oh no.
Enjoy it. And we'll catch you on the other side.
Right. Cheers, guys.
So here we are in heat number 2, just to give you straight into qualification now. And yep, they are going to have to do the best they can with the time remaining. So we're just under, or should I say just over 3 minutes left of this qualification round. Ooh, big slide there coming from Turbo Charles at the moment. And I think it's all going to be down to this one. Who is going to be the overall leader on the grid at the moment? Because it seems as though everybody at the moment watching what they're doing, getting those tires nicely warmed up, and then the opportunity to set a nice qualifying time, and that's what it's going to be this evening. And here we are on board with Quicksilver. Let's go to Rudy at the moment. Where is Rudy? He's coming through at the moment in car number 45. And you can see him pushing around the bends. Marius at the moment also looking in that orange car to see if he can do something here this evening. You can see lots of already a time penalty put on. It seems as though VW also having a time penalty, a little bit off there. It looks like Marius a little bit off, so he's going to give way at the moment to Flubber. Then Turbo Charles coming through as well. Jakes at the moment in 6th position. No times yet are displayed, so we are waiting for the times to come through at the moment. Then we have Ross this evening. He is in the red and white vehicle this evening, and car number 27. Very significant number for this particular track, I must say, car number 27. And then Bruno at the moment in car number 45 as well this evening. Let's see where he's going to end up. And you can see some of the times should be coming through any second, because they have basically 1 minute. There's the times there. Bruno has put up the fastest time of 1 minute 46 at the moment, followed by Rudy. Nicely done. Oh, bit of a slide there. But looks like Jakes has come back. Turbo Charles in the pole position for this event right now. I don't think there's enough time. There's only 40 odd seconds left of this session. So there you go. Currently Turbo Charles, Jakes, then Bruno at the moment. Rudy in position number 4. VW in number 5. Followed by Marius. Then Quicksilver. Vincent. And then it is Ross, as well as Nico, and then it is still in the pits at the moment is Dylan at the moment. So there you go for this final race. 7 seconds left as we're speaking, and we'll be starting this event right after this. So 74 seconds left. Can anybody do anything about that time that Turbo Charles has put up at 1:43.629 this evening? We're all pretty much going to see what's going to happen off the grid this evening. And wow, what a racing it has been here at Sarko this evening. So if you are tuning in, don't forget Sunday we have the South African Academy Online Racing Formula 1 Series. So don't forget, at round about 7 o'clock you can join us on this coming Sunday for Silverstone. You can support the Saku drivers there. That is Dylan at the moment, and I believe in season number 4 there's going to be some additional guys coming through from Sarko to race in that championship. So be out there, be wary. As I said, come and support the Sarko guys on Sunday at Silverstone, and that will be this weekend coming on Sunday. So that is a thing to put in your diary, and come and support the guys in that racing. So just to give you an overview there, Turbo Charles, Bruno, Then it is definitely SR Vidaba. He was in 3rd position there. Vincent Jakes drops down to 5th position on the grid. And you can see Quicksilver in 6th, then Ross, then Rudy, then Marius, then Nico, and then Dylan starts off right at the back in 11th position. So let's listen to the race director as we go forward. There's the sync button. Remember, you're watching Project Cars 2, and away they go at the moment. Turbo Charles still leading at this particular point. Bruno coming up on the inside of him there. Does he take this corner first? It seems as though they are coming through. It seems as though it looks like Turbo Charles went a little bit wider than usual. It looks as though, yes, it is Ross. He is into the wall there, so hopefully he gets out quite quickly and gets back into this race. But we are on board with Turbo Charles at the moment. Bruno is the #1 position holder at the moment for this final championship race. And as you can see right now, Turbo Charles is in a close 2nd position at the moment. It is almost mind-blowing how close these guys are there. A little bit of the car coming off, a little bit of a really cut of that Klein chicane at the moment there. They come down into the next chicane here, and you can see distance being added by Bruno at the moment. He is definitely putting himself a little bit ahead. It looks as though quite close racing between VW trying to come into the front position, but he does unfortunately get away there. Turbo Charles still in 2nd position. So great drive from him this evening. Marius into 4th position. This is very close racing by all of these drivers at the moment. You can see how close it is as they come through to finish lap #1 at the moment. So 1, 2, 3, 4 cars, all very bunched up at the moment. Are they going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars now? So you can see pretty close racing between these guys as they come through here on Project Cars. And as I said, right here and now we are watching the Sarco Championship. It is the BMW M3. It was the M30, M3 Group A Series cars that they are racing at the moment. What a classic car. This car is so much power as well. And you can see how they're coming through. Nice and easy. Basically, we are on board with VW at the moment. You can see how close that position. Unfortunately, he goes out. He was kicked a little bit off that chicane there. And this obviously makes room for Rudy to go through. VW now losing to another position. You can see Ross has just come through as well as Quicksilver at the moment. So unfortunately for him, he's now pushed himself back, and it looks as though he's going to have to fight his way back up the grid now. And let's go back on board with Turbo Charles at the moment. He's looking to take Bruno on. Maybe what we should do is similar to what we saw from, between Jakes and Bruno. But this is definitely one to watch here at the moment. You can see being on board now with Turbo Charles, looking for that opportunity to fight back to see if he can take that overall position from Bruno at the moment. Excellent driving from both these drivers this evening. We've seen some fantastic entertainment from everybody that's been involved this evening. You can actually see bits and pieces coming off here. Turbo Charles goes in looking for that opportunity here into second gear, holding it tight, and does he manage Bruno to uphold his position in that number 1 position from Turbo Charles? It looks as though Turbo Charles is getting quite close to him at the moment and looking to go either around him or actually through him at this point in time. So great driving from them at the moment. Exciting stuff. Rudy's just moved down. It looks as though easy on the throttle. Oh no, Turbo Charles lost it there. He's lost a lot of ground now. Unfortunately, coming through that chicane area, he has lost that position. But as I was saying, Marius just stepped up into 3rd position. So nice job from him this evening. Great job in race number 2 here this evening. Well done. It's pushed him through into 3rd position. Once again, we can see some great driving here from Quicksilver. He's now in 4th position. And obviously this has now made an opportunity open for him. Can he catch Marius to come up into 3rd? This is also pretty exciting that we're watching now. So great drive from Quicksilver at the moment. No penalties from what I see, and neither from Marius. He's actually kept himself all clean and well this evening as well as we go on board with him. You can see the distance is quite a bit between him and the 2nd position, which is Turbo Charles at the moment. Is he going to catch him up? A little bit of an error by Turbo Charles, which is now put him 2 seconds behind Bruno. So can he make that up? As we go into lap number 5. So we've done half of this race already, and I tell you what, that 2-second line is increasing at the moment. So Bruno is definitely setting down of his footprint here at holding that number 1 position from Turbo Charles at the moment. I'm sure Turbo Charles is actually kicking himself on that mistake he made through corner 9 and 10, which obviously made that gap possible for Bruno. I think Bruno is sitting quite comfortably now. He is maintaining that distance at the moment. It's now up to 3 seconds. So great driving from him this evening. So on board with our current leader now, it's Bruno, who's now put on 3 seconds. 3 seconds overall to 2nd position at the moment. Is there somebody that's going to make a difference? If Bruno maintains his current pace, he will definitely be in the limelight this evening. Turbo Charles in 2nd position. We're now on board with Quicksilver, who is in 4th. Marius in 3rd. Turbo Charles in 2nd, and then Bruno is leading the pack this evening. In Zolder, here in Belgium. You can see it is a little bit overcast, so therefore these engines are going to be running. Track temperature is pretty cool, So yes, they have to maintain the heat in those tires to keep the car on the road, so they will be very wary of what they're needing to do here this evening. Nice to see Rudy. Rudy's just dropped down to 6th position at the moment. Let's just go and see what happened there, but I can see Rudy still maintaining his position in 6th now. He's dropped from 5th to 6th. Jake surprisingly down in position number 7 at the moment. So is he going to come back in car number 8? You can see quite closely bunched up there just behind him, Vincent. He's looking down that track to see if there's an opportunity to get by Jake's at the moment. Looks as though we've lost Dylan, unfortunately. So 10 drivers on the track at the moment. 10 drivers on the track. And yes, maintaining at the moment, coming down. Let's go back up to where Turbo Charles now comes back somewhat. He's now only 2 seconds, approximately 2 seconds behind Bruno. So he is catching him. There was a bit of a time period where they weren't increasing that distance. But you can see right now down the straight there, you can see is Bruno coming into Klein Chicane. And then you can see now, obviously, there he's gathering momentum, coming down the hill into the second chicane. You can see now the distance between these two is narrowing at the moment. Has Bruno decided to take his foot off the accelerator? He's got to be careful because Turbo Charles is coming back with a vengeance at this point in time. And I tell you what, it's all good and well, but you have to keep on your toes, especially with the drivers in this particular series, because they can come back at any time. Let's quickly go on board with our current leader at the moment, who is Bruno, as he comes through start and finish on lap number 8. 2 laps to go in this race. At the moment, you can see it's all well. And here's Bruno now. Bruno catching him. Sorry, should I say Turbo Charles catching Bruno at this point in time. It's now down to 1 second plus. You can hear him. There's the slight bounce of that front suspension coming around that tight corner. Looks as though, unfortunately, we've lost somebody else now. There you go. Turbo Charles getting another warning. So this might have a serious impact on him. And there you can see he's coming in close now. So now he's popped it down to still just above 1 second, trailing Bruno at the moment. Six, 7, corner number 8, looking to come to corner number 9 now. Straight on is the pits, but they don't pit, obviously. There's no pitting in this particular race. But you can see him coming through, looking to finish strong this evening, Turbo Charles. Currently the leader of the championship, but is this going to be the difference? Bruno coming in second in the last race, and now he's leading race heat number 2. Bit of distance gathering from Bruno at the moment. He's now increasing his distance. Let's see. There's that hop and jig. Bruno leading this race. Lap number 9, so it's all down to this particular area. Oh, he's gonna lose it. He's pushing it hard now. He's just lost. Down now and up to 2 seconds behind. Almost 2.5 seconds behind now. Bruno pushing extremely hard, trying to gather, try to gather Bruno in now. So Turbo Shaw pushing as much as he can. This is such an unforgiving track. Any mistakes, you're going to lose time. And it all looks as though this gentleman we are now going on board with is going to go into lap number 10, the last lap of this race, and also for this championship in 2018. Here we go. Let's stay on board with Bruno at the moment. He's increasing that gap now. It's 2.2 seconds. All he has to do now is just maintain his position. He's shown his pedigree this evening and kept it all clean and tight. So Bruno can take the overall win for this evening. Through Klein chicane here. Oh, a little bit off there. And that's cost him some time. You can see now it's all down to under 2 seconds now. Here we go. Is there an opportunity coming through from this gentleman? Because now he's managed to get himself quite close. There is a penalty. It looks as though there's a penalty at the moment for track limits. But does this mean there's an opportunity for him to take Bruno on? And he does get as close as he can. Oh, that's a mistake, unfortunately there. Pushing it too hard to try and get closer. Let's see if Bruno breaks. He's gonna push it now. Is that distance there? Unfortunately not this evening. You can see Bruno takes this race for this evening. Nicely done, race completed. And you can see there, let's go down. Here we come into the last sector as Marius comes through. Start and finish at the moment. So it is Bruno, Turbo Shaw, Marius, Quicksilver coming through now. In 4th position. Nicely done from his side. So the overall events done and dusted. Jakes ends up in position number 6. You can see some damage to the front end. Some cosmetic surgery done on that motor vehicle this evening. And then Ross rolls it over and comes out. And in actual fact, it looks as though Nico comes now through to finish his race this evening. And then Bruno takes the event this evening. And then Rudy comes in position number 9. So, ladies and gentlemen, what a race that was this evening.
Well done, Morris.
Well done by all, and let's let the guys chat it out.
Nice shot.
Hey Dylan, bad luck there for you, buddy.
Anyway, it was all good.
I saw it all happen in front of me. I felt so sorry for you, man. Yeah.
All good. So yeah, so I had a bit of damage there, and then yes, and I come through the chicane again. I literally hit the curb, went left, right with the suspension damage, and it just snapped me straight into the wall, and then done.
Inside the replay.
I have.
Okay. Take a picture.
It's alright, Colin. I'm gonna send you for some review.
That's okay, that's okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Somebody touched me off the road. I wonder what Scotsman it was.
Which Macatini it was?
Was a Macatini.
Thank you very, very much. I will get onto the final points first thing tomorrow morning, and we'll be able to announce the winner of the series.
Sure.
So, gentlemen, thank you very much.
Well done, everybody.
Congrats on your win.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, thanks.
That was great fun.
Thanks, Dylan.
Thanks for the championship, Dylan. It was awesome.
Yeah, Dylan, awesome, man.